let's begin. Next, we're going to talk about the 8 steps to guarantee a good client call. Number 1, let me repeat this, don't make a sales call. That's right. Remind yourself that you're attempting not to sell someone something, but instead you're trying to screen for either a product or a partner opportunity. So in reality, you're making a product opportunity call. That's what you're doing, period. So get it out of your head that you're making a sales call. This has nothing to do with selling anything. Number 2, target carefully. Now regarding the product, before you attempt to schedule a call or a meeting, make sure that the product that you're going to be discussing is a product that meets your criteria for ranking and selling well on Amazon. In other words, do your research beforehand. Regarding the people or the person that you're talking to, before you attempt to schedule a call or a meeting, be specific with whom you want to talk with. In general, it must be the owner or the CEO or the top guy in charge of a specific product, the product you're wanting to help them with on Amazon. And if the person that you ultimately speak to or meet with is a decision maker, or if that person has significant influence, then only then do you have a chance of getting this deal. If they're not the right person, all the skills in the world from you will not yield a new client. Next, you want to research your prospect. Now, a little bit of knowledge is a good thing, but lots of bits of knowledge is extremely powerful. To give yourself the best chance for a successful call or meeting, find out as much as you can about the prospect, the person you're going to be talking to, his industry, his company, his needs, his focus, everything you can find out before the call. Everyone wants to know that you've taken the time to learn about what's going on in their world. This includes very specifically their product and their product competition, the people and the products that they're going to be competing against on Amazon. There are plenty of sites, plenty of tools to make this research easy. Always check Amazon, LinkedIn, Facebook, the company's website, their blog, read the About Us for the company, get the company info, including the bio of the people or the person that you're going to be speaking with, and do all of this before you take the product opportunity call. There's no excuse not to be knowledgeable about the people on the other side of the table. Number 4, adjust your expectations. Now, all too often consultants will go into a call or a meeting and they'll do it cold. Yet, for some reason, they expect the ultimate. They expect to get an immediate deal. This just isn't likely going to happen. If they do not get a deal on the first meeting, they consider the entire exercise was just a waste of time. So just remember that results often come inch by inch, not in one fell swoop. Know first, before you take the meeting, that your objective is to start the process of building trust and confidence. Succeed at this, and you'll likely get the deal. If you do it well, eventually the prospect will feel comfortable about picking you as his trusted advisor. But they've got to trust you first. That's your goal. Build the trust. If it happens in the first meeting, great. But more likely, the outcome of the first meeting will be an initial personality bond, at least at some level, and then you can schedule your next conversation. Now, you must articulate your value, what you're bringing to the table, what value you offer the prospect, not just once you start working with them, but right there in that meeting, the client must walk away feeling that you brought value to the table. Offer value during the product opportunity call. Explain the process. That's what you can bring to the table. That's the information, the expertise that your client does not have. If you explain the process, then they're going to see the value and you'll be one step closer to closing the deal. So show him or her what it will be like to do business with you. Think of yourself as a painter. Let's say Vincent van Gogh. You're the Vincent van Gogh of Amazon. And your job is to paint the picture in their mind of their product, climbing the ranks at Amazon, them becoming a bestseller, and inventory is literally flying out the door. You paint that picture, you're going to get the deal. That's what you do for products and for companies, your clients, on Amazon. Also, tell them specifically and multiple times that you're all about product, people, process, and profit. Got it? Tell them specifically and multiple times that you love their product. Clients like to hear that. Tell them multiple times in the call and even in emails, both before and after, that you love the product. Tell them specifically and multiple times that you cherry pick your projects, the ones you like to work with, and you do that based largely on people, the people you're going to be working with. And the reason is because the task at hand, doing Amazon, is no walk in the park. And you're going to be working with and brainstorming with and problem solving with and climbing the Mount Everest that we call Amazon with them. If we aren't able to work together up front and long term, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great your product is. Tell them specifically that there is a process, a very specific set of strategies that, if implemented over time, this can have dramatic results. And tell them that you'll spell out all of the core requirements of your process to see if they qualify. Make it seem as if though they're having to qualify in order for you to take them on. You're cherry picking. Are they a cherry? And then you'll discover if you might be able to help them. And if so, do it exclusively. Okay? You're going to be going for an exclusive deal on Amazon. Talk about profits at Amazon as best guess estimates. Don't guarantee that you're going to do anything, specifically, because you really don't know. But you should throw out possible sales numbers. It's not unusual. In fact, it's a good idea to tell the client, look, if we do this right, if we follow the process and everything goes as I expect, we should be able to do 10 sales a day, maybe 20 sales a day. Let me ask a question. If we could do 10 or 20 sales a day, would that be enough business to get you excited? They're either going to say, yeah, that sounds great, or else they're going to go, no, I was really thinking it should be more. You can tell them, well, look, before I do anything, I do my research, and I'll be able to get a broad range of what I think we could achieve if we work together on Amazon. And then you can get back to them with something more specific after you've done some analytics, maybe use some tools in order to help you evaluate what might be the potential of that product on Amazon. And you can do that by looking at what's going on with existing products, the competition that's already there. Essentially, you want to be able to answer the big question that's in your client's mind. Will working with you be worthwhile? All the time that you're talking and that this call is going on, your potential client is thinking, will working with this person be worthwhile? If they leave the call thinking, I think this is a relationship or a partnership that would be worthwhile. If they walk away with that in their mind, you've got the deal. Now, one way, in fact, it's the best way to establish yourself as an expert is through questions. The more questions you ask them, the more they will feel that you're an expert. And in fact, you need to know quite a few things. Because if you're an Amazon expert, that means you're inquisitive and you're incisive. And you make decisions based on facts and information. But you must ask a series of questions to uncover the needs that you might be able to solve. You must underscore to the client their challenges or failures at Amazon. If their product is already there and it's not working, you need to underscore why you think that's happening. Now, I know some people think, well, if you tell them all this stuff, Dan, then they may just go and try to do it themselves. Yeah, you're right. They might. And if they do, let them go and try. Maybe they'll come back. Okay? But if they don't, they really weren't ready to do a partnership or work in a client relationship in the first place. But you establish your authority by asking questions. Whatever happens, you want to set clear next steps. Every call, every meeting needs to end with a clear next step. Perhaps you've talked for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, or sometimes I'll talk for 2 hours. If I feel it's worth it, I'll do it. What happens next? Well, it might be a proposal. Or more often than not, a proposal is premature. Another possibility is you can send a summary email, just confirming for the prospect what you understood as the key issues they face. Always try to see the situation and the deal from their shoes, from their side of the table. That's really important. Another option is to send a discussion follow-up letter. And things that you can include in that would be like your understanding of their situation, your understanding of their needs, your assessment of how you can help them, and your suggestions for how you could get started working together. But whatever you do, clearly articulate what you believe to be the next step. That's really important. Then get an agreement from the prospect that, yeah, they think that's a good next step as well. And then you just set a time when the next step is going to take place, and then whatever you promise, you deliver. After that, it's all about follow-up. Since landing a good client can sometimes take several calls and back and forth, just think of the first call as just that. The first call is the hardest call for many people, so don't set up big expectations. You're building trust, you're building relationship, you're trying to assess the client to see if you even want to work with them. You're trying to understand the product to make sure it's something that can be sold. Don't think that that call is always meant to close a deal. Think of it as exploratory. Think of it as trust building, relationship building. And if you are still interested, then just assume the prospect is still interested. In other words, after you've had the first call, if you hang up and you're still interested, then just assume that they're interested, because most likely they are, and then follow up. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. I've had calls sometimes where I thought it was going to, move along, and, months would pass. And then all of a sudden, I get an email or a call, they're ready to go. Sometimes it's just timing. Something's going on in their world that needs to be straightened out before they can do a deal with you. So just follow up and stay on top of any client or prospect that you truly think would be a good deal for you. You've planted the seed, and if you water it, and water it regularly, it might grow into a giant oak. That's what you want.